What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 23rd day of August, and here we are with about 30 minutes left in the day, sitting at $3.05. We've had a little bit of a drawback today, but coming back down. I want to actually take away the indicators and just zoom in here so you can see the candle. We did come down to a low of about $2.96, $2.97 there, and we've come all the way back up, showing a very pronounced wick on this body. It's very possible over the next 30 minutes that we come up and we actually close the day green, but either way, this is a very nice candle. It promotes continuation. What we did here was we had a bullish engulfing candle yesterday, back tested prior resistance for support today. We found that support, rather immaculate support, I might add. Overall, you've got this kind of shape, and I've been seeing it. We're going to address it in this video, but if you look at this here, right, this kind of like this shape here, it's like a broadening wedge to the downside, right? You've got that shape there, and I'm expecting that you'll break out to the upside, okay? You've got that shape here as well. We've got that same kind of thing right here, right? That same kind of look right there. I mean, hell, even this kind of looks like it overall, kind of. But then we look at the 1 hour time frame. I noticed it on the 1 hour time frame as well. You look at the 1 hour, and look at this. It's right here. It's literally right here, and we're getting some bullish results from it, right there. That same kind of downward sloping, broadening wedge. It's that same kind of look, and generally a bullish pattern, especially if you have a bullish move leading up into it. So I would think that we move up higher just based on that alone. Today, the 23rd of August, might have been the last day in XRP's existence that we ever see prices below $3 because, guys, I really do think that we're going to continue to rally here. I think that things are going to pick up at a stupendous pace. We'll look at these indicators in a second, but where you closed right here, you wicked a little bit lower, but where you closed was right here at prior resistance. It's perfect. It really looks perfect. We take this overall low. That was not the low, but we're going to get the low to high. You bounced right off your 382, which is a perfect example of what you want to see in a bullish situation. I doubt we go below this low, and I even doubt that we get anywhere near. I doubt we go below $3. This might be the last time that I ever have to say we're never going below $3 again. Like, genuinely, I think we've got some crazy things going on, you guys. Hold on here. All right. In a good way, in a really good way. So looking at that pattern there, it's kind of bullish. Maybe that overall daily pattern is bullish too. We'll come back out to that in a second. But looking at the 1 hour RSI, super bullish, bouncing off the 50. Looks like you want to get overbought. Nice. Stochastic's getting in the overbought zone. That's nice. MACD is scooping just right at that zero there, and it looks like it wants to cross green. I think all three of these things together promotes the idea that we get immediate continuation. We're on the 1 hour time frame, so this isn't like life-changing, crazy pump that's coming, but it is exciting to see, and I do think that we're going to get some positive results, to say the least, from this, especially in the immediate term. I think Sunday's shaping up to be a good day. All that to say, okay? Looking at this on a 4 hour time frame, we do have this kind of W shape, right? You can see it right here, right? Ready to go higher, victory, W for victory there. If we're looking at this on the indicators, the RSI does look bullishly postured. The stochastics look bullishly postured as well, getting back into the overbought zone, consistently staying in the overbought zone. Typically, whenever you do this kind of stuff, you stay in there, you're going on runs, right? Whenever you get in and out, that's when you're going down, or maybe it's just like a brief reprieve. But whenever you're doing this stuff, it's very bullish. The MACD is crossing above the zero with the oscillators, very bullish, and promotes the idea of continuation. XRP is so close to seeing new all-time highs. Right now, what's going through people's minds is probably the same thing now with XRP as it is with like very many cryptos in the space right now, right? It's are we going to go lower, right? Everybody knows XRP is going to see new all-time highs, but is it right now, or are we going to go lower first? I think obviously we're not going to go lower, but I don't think the majority of the space thinks that. I think the majority of the space right now thinks we might go low. In fact, if we're looking at this on Bitcoin, you look at these shorts to longs here, the shorts have come back up. Like, people are actually shorting the market now, even though we've put in a very, I think, definitive looking low over the past 48 hours for Bitcoin and for Ethereum. People are actually shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum more than they are longing it right now. So I think a lot of the market does assume we're going to go lower. Once we make this move higher here, again, the perspective is going to shift. Here, it's, I don't know, maybe it's a good time to buy, maybe not. It could go lower, though. I'm scared, whatever, even though it looks bullish as hell. Up here, people are going to think maybe even the same kind of thoughts a little bit. I don't know, we're at prior resistance, but once you get above there, once you break above 340, all that's going to be on people's minds is new all-time highs. So when you break above 340, I would expect an explosive endeavor to take place, you guys. We're running up to new all-time highs, likely by the end of August, okay? We've got some very, very beautiful things coming our way. And these indicators all show it, right? This right here, to me, tells me that for the days to come, literally probably for the rest of this month, we're going to move up. Right? You don't just cross the zero and then come back down. Typically, you cross the zero, you move up for days at a time. And of course, here you cross the zero, you moved up a good bit, and inevitably you came back down. But I just mean you don't come up and then come down immediately. Typically, right? I would expect more of an endeavor like this, where we begin and we really start to progress higher. I don't think that we're going to be explosive on Sunday, maybe not even Monday, but whatever the day may be that we break above $3.40 on a daily closing basis, that will be the commencement of this new all-time high kind of endeavor. Because again, it's a perspective thing. People aren't sure right now. The majority of the market might even think we're going for lower lows, right? It might be shaken out because of all this stuff. But once we're up here, once we've broken that threshold, the only logical thought that's going to be on people's minds is, oh my God, XRP is going to new all-time highs. So when that reality hits people in the face, new all-time highs are going to happen really, really fast. At least that's my opinion. Looking at the daily time frame here, speaking of new all-time highs, where are we going to go? And then look, right, you've got this same like bell shape, right? This little like, just like I was saying on the 1 hour, how we broke out there. We've got this same little thing here. You had it back here. This little, it's like a fractal that just keeps happening. You even kind of have it like over there. I don't know. And I think it's a bullish kind of setup, honestly. When we do move higher, which is probably very soon, that's a bullish red week if you've ever had one, in my opinion. High to low here. You know, I mean, here, the last time that you had one of these, like to this kind of size, you had 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row that were green. Here, you had 1, 2 weeks that were at least promoting higher prices, right? We take a high to a low here. The next target area to assume that we go to for XRP, I think, would be about $4.16 to $5.38. Right, we'll probably see that very, very fast. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we were up in that area by the end of August, if not the first week of September. Going into the end of September, this thing's going to continue to just explode at a rapid pace. I'm assuming, and the only thing that I think I could be wrong about here would be the timing, right? I really do believe that your next destination heading is $13.82 to $16.37. But does it happen by the end of September? Does it happen by the end of October, which would be here? You know, do we move up at this pace, or does it happen later? You know, maybe it's the end of the year. And that's the thing that I just want to be transparent about. I could be wrong about the timing. Timing is not my strong suit, but one way or another, what I would expect is that this next move, this next endeavor, it doesn't stop until we're up here. Okay, that's my expectation. And if we move at any kind of pace similar to what we did back here in November, I think it's completely, November of 2024, I think it's completely reasonable to assume that by October, if not sometime in October, that we'd be up at this area. But if we move at a slower pace, okay, sure, maybe. You know, it's still a pretty damn fast pace even if we got there in December. But 1380 to 1637 is the target area. Personally, if I was holding XRP, I wouldn't sell a dime until we were at least at 1132, right? And even then, if you hold, by the end of the cycle, we're going to be at prices that are dramatically higher, right? If you hold into 2026, I think that we're going to be at prices that are dramatically higher. We'll see. Time will tell. And maybe we'll have some cycle top indications coming on, and we can talk about that too. But my thoughts are, I wouldn't sell a dime. I wouldn't even think about selling, taking profits, trying to trade this on a swing trade or anything like that until we are at least at like 1132 or higher, right? But genuinely, I believe we'll see 1382, 1637, somewhere in that range. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, please. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Take care of your mothers, your children. Take care of your pets. And really just definitely take care of yourselves, because you can't take care of any of them if you can't take care of yourself. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.